I think this is your best work. Hey, look at that koi. He's like totally sleeping. You see that koi? Yeah. Let's go surprise the sleeping koi. He's just totally chilled out there. Boom! Wow, look at this. And this is absolutely spectacular. There is nobody's backyard on planet Earth that looks just like this one. This is the world's greatest job to get to actually get into your work. So this is a serious hobby they got going on, huh?
Yes, it is.
Look at this. Wow, there's some bruisers down there. You got this little corner he's giving you over here, huh? I think this is your best work. Look at this. So what's the story here? So what did this guy want? How did this all come about?
He was interested in having a koi pond built and having a natural swimming pool project built also. So my suggestion to him was, let's combine both. So this is what we came up with here. This is a 13,000 gallon system, wetland filtration. The only thing that's not aquascape here is the pumps.
Okay, it's external pumps.
Yes.
When you know that the customer is going to be using it primarily for swimming, it's good to go with external pumps. Versus a recreation pond, they might only wade in, but this is more of a swim pond. It's deeper. How deep is this?
This is 4 feet.
So he can go in here, and this is a single guy, huh? He built this, huh?
Yeah.
So what do you think about the end result?
He loves it. He wasn't sure what to expect because it's, you know, this is obviously a massive undertaking. This project's been in the works since last August. So the pond took about 6 weeks to build. Then he had all this landscaping done. And this whole entire property, there was quite a few trees in the back section of this property that were removed over the summer months. These guys are actually still here wrapping up as we speak. And they regraded this entire 3-acre property.
Beautiful, beautiful. He loves it, but you were saying it was a bit of a leap of a faith, right?
Yeah.
Because it always is.
It's a huge investment.
So here's the inline pumps that you're talking about. So whenever you're going to be using a water feature for primarily swimming, we always recommend inline pumps. So you got 3 inline pumps here that feed the filters, the waterfalls, everything.
And the jets, yep.
Okay.
And there's also 3 automatic dosing systems in here too.
Yeah, and look at how clear the water is, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So you got just a standard biofalls up here, which is almost just the entrance for the waterfalls because the major filtration here is the wetland.
Yeah, this does run all winter long, so it does give you some degree of filtration.
Yep.
But it's mostly primarily here for the effect of a waterfall.
Talk to me a little bit about the intake bay. It's a big intake bay. How did you go about designing this? How many aqua blocks did you use?
Don't recall the count, but it's quite a few blocks. There's 3 Holland style vaults here, each with a suction line that goes to each individual pump. So basically what we did was we roughly calculated the flow rate for the body of water that the pumps were pulling in, and basically each exposed surface of aqua block is drawing in about 1,000 to 2,000 gallons an hour.
And then you got a snorkel right there. That's the clean out?
Yeah, there's actually 3 points here.
Oh, there's 3 of them?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. So
each pump has its own.
Right, and so that way you can do a once-a-year clean out of this.
Yes, this was cleaned in the spring mainly because the net was taken off too early last year.
So a lot of leaves.
And there was a lot of leaves that ended up.
Hey, look at that koi. He's like totally sleeping. You see that koi?
Yeah.
Let's go surprise the sleeping koi.
Oh, he's gonna take off when he sees us.
Yeah, he sees he's in a little bit of string algae in here. Look at him. He's just totally chilled out there. Boom!
He ain't sleeping anymore. Last they checked, fish don't sleep, but that sure looked like it to me.
Wow, look at this. All right, I'm going in that water right after I drink my coffee, and I'm going to go for a little swim. This is absolutely spectacular. So what would a project like this, 6 weeks worth of work, what's the total amount of stone you use?
There's over 100 tons here.
So 200,000 pounds of rock to go into this property.
250,000 pounds of rock.
So 250,000 pounds of rock, 6 weeks worth of labor?
Yeah, we had a lot of weather and
yeah, that's still pretty good. So what would it cost to replicate this in somebody's yard?
If I were to build this tomorrow, $125,000 plus.
Okay, so for $125,000, it might seem like a lot of money, but how many people spend $125,000 on a sports car that sits in the garage and gets used a few months out of the year? This thing will run 365 days a year, and unlike a swimming pool, this is beautiful to look at year-round.
Absolutely.
Runs year-round, fall, winter, spring, the summertime, you can go in there and swim. It's not an inexpensive investment to do a recreation pond, but think about all the people that use gunite swimming pools that only use them for swimming for 3 months out of the year when you can enjoy a recreation pond 365 days out of the year. Absolutely spectacular, and each one is a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation. There is nobody's backyard on planet Earth that looks just like this one. Fantastic work, buddy.
Thank you.
So you can see how clear the water is, and the secret is in the wetland filtration. And you can mechanically remove some of the nutrients out of here, right? Because there's no iogen. If you put an iogen on, you can cut this down, but for a first-year pond, it looks pretty good. But this is called string algae right here, and all this is doing is clear water. This is outside the pond, so the inside the pond, the fish are eating it. But this algae right here, you just literally physically remove this, throw it away, and you're removing the nutrients from the water. So they can just pull that out of there on their own. But to explain how this ecosystem works here with this waterfalls and this wetland filter. So there's right in here, so you got some discharges I can see here.
Yeah, so there's a complete centipede and snorkel combination from one end to the other, all aqua block underneath. So the gravel, as the water moves up slowly through that gravel, it's passing over beneficial bacteria that live on the rock, enzymes, things like that. And then once it arrives at the surface, it's a lot cleaner than it was when this
gets established with more plants and everything else, you're gonna take the nutrients out. This is healthy. String algae is a plant.
Yes.
It's pulling the nutrients out, and if you want to get rid of it, all you gotta do is pull it out, or you can get an iogen. An iogen would actually get rid of this stuff and break it apart with the copper ions in it. But for a first-year pond, simply removing it mechanically like that, throw it into the compost, it's great. So the reason that you see string algae up here and not down here is the fish. The fish are grazing on it.
That's right.
It's a natural food source.
Yeah, koi over 8 inches will readily eat string algae, providing you're not bombarding them with food constantly. You keep them interested in the algae and they'll keep eating it.
Yeah. Now this is the fun part of this job. Getting to go swimming in your work. This is really getting into your work. I just love it. Look at this. Look at this water coming right down these steps. I mean, these steps are perfect. It's right in here, and then the fish. So you can see right down there is one of the jets. How many jets did you put in here, Chris?
6.
So there's 6 jets, so that creates bottom circulation. I see another one right over here. Creates bottom circulation. That's the skim cove. You got the biofalls up on the top up there, and then you've got the wetland filter over there. So this thing's pretty well filtered, which is why you see the cleanness in here.
It's over filtered for sure. We anticipated a bather load on top of the fish load.
What a spectacular design. Everything's excellent. Look at how clean this water is. Just going through. I mean, I can see my sandal tan marks down here on the bottom, and it feels so good. I would so much rather swim in this. And people say, I freak out swimming with fish. What? Every ocean, every lake has fish in it. The fact is, this is just clean. You can see them, and the fish won't bother you. And actually, it's fun. It adds interest. If you're a kid, why would you want to swim in a chlorinated swimming pool? And people are always worried about bacteria and things like that. Our bodies evolved swimming in natural bodies of water. Chlorine is a chemical. Chlorine will kill you. People can actually die from exposure to chlorine gas. The reality of the situation here is when you have an ecosystem water feature, this is clean, healthy water with living fish in it. You're going to be just fine swimming and enjoying it. And the reality of the situation is this is how we grew up as a species. We grew up spending time in the water. Only the last 100 years or so they have chemical systems. This feels so good. I won't even need to take a shower after being in something like this. I feel way better than if I swam in a chlorinated swimming pool. This is what it's all about right here. So I've just been swimming in Chris's creation. I love to say that I love my art. I mean, that's our new theme because this is total artwork. Yeah. I mean, look at this. This is in somebody's backyard. And it really does feel like I'm on vacation. And this is what we do for a living. And we're always looking for people. We like to say that we hire for attitude and we train for aptitude. We want artists. Chris, I got to tell you, you got some 2 good guys with you. This is what year now for you building ponds?
For NJ Pond Guys, it's been since 2008. I built my first aquascape water feature in 1998.
This has got to be the best water feature you've ever built.
It's up there for sure.
I got to tell you, I've been out visiting his ponds today. He does great work. This is spectacular. For me to be able to come and see what these guys who are true artists have been able to create with their 2 hands, it makes me proud like a father. I just love seeing this, and I can tell you right now, this is the world's greatest job to get to actually get into your work. If you're interested in being a certified aquascape contractor, if you're interested in working for a certified aquascape contractor and being an artist every single day and be able to create lifestyles for people, please check out the link below because we are always looking for people that want careers doing this stuff. I love my art. Oh, hello.
Terry, this is Greg.
Wow. Hi, Terry, the pond guy, Greg.
Hi, how you doing?
Nice to meet you too. So this is a serious hobby they got going on, huh?
Yes, it is.
So are you the turtle lady that likes turtles?
Yes.
Ah, Dave was telling me all about you. Do you have turtles here?
We got a few in here. Yeah.
Okay, good. So what is the story of this place?
It's just John's hobby.
So he built a greenhouse to support his hobby.
Correct.
Look at this. Wow, there's some bruisers down there. Woo! So how many gallons is this?
64,000.
64,000 gallons. Wow. Look at this place. So this is some serious fluidized feed filters here. Look at that. This is about as serious of a hobbyist as I think I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of hobbyists. But look at these fish. They're just following us around, ready to eat. Wow. My goodness, look at this operation. There are some serious hobbyists in this. Oh, and here's your turtles, huh? This is your hobby, right? You got this little corner he's giving you over here, huh? So you got Eastern painted red ear sliders, huh? Wow, this is great. How you doing? Are you John?
Yes, I am.
Nice to meet you. I'm the pond guy. Greg.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know you. I got an aqua ski pond down my house.
Oh, okay, great. Great. Well, dude, you got a serious hobby. How long has this been around, this greenhouse?
I did this in 2012, and then we put the greenhounce up first until we could work inside. Did all the block work and everything out of the weather.
Okay.
And then I hooked up solar panels. I have electric heat, and I have forced air gas. With the solar, it's a really good deal in New Jersey because the ES is so high. So each one of these has a 25 amp three-phase heater on each pond. That one has full.
You heat the water to what temperature in the winter?
We try to keep it at 70 to 75.
Really? Just because you want the fish to grow out more?
We want the fish to grow, and sometimes it might go down to 68.
Okay.
But, you know, I try to keep it up to that.
So how did this amazing hobby of yours start?
I put one of your ponds in
When?
2001.
So you put an aquascape pond in 2001?
Yeah, and I went with, we have on the Acre Street pond, I have 2 bob ponds, 8 of the grande, 4 grande skimmers, and I got pea gravel on the bottom.
Yeah.
I got a 1-piece polypropylene liner.
That's a big pond.
Yeah, I'd say between 425 and 450,000 gallons.
So I just met this guy, John, right now. Everything we do is big, huh?
No, we start off small. As we get better at it, then we go big.
Well, and it's really evolved into this serious koi fanatic.
Well, we started raising the fish down there, and then we ended up selling fish to all the garden centers.
Okay.
And that's actually how Brock's, they became an aquascape dealer because they came out and saw
What you had done.